talking American football. Yeah, American football. Do you know Joe Flacco?
Quarterback from Baltimore.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's with the Broncos.
He doesn't know. Really?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
You got to work with him, Steve.
Okay, listen. Okay, here's the deal. You get that out to Seoul.
Okay.
That Flacco's with the Broncos.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Get it out there to the. Hey, get it out there to the Korean Bronco fans
Okay.
in Seoul.
Speaking of which,
You know, matter of fact, NFL is really popular as well. Over there.
The NFL
It's
is.
getting popularity over there.
Who's the most? Who's the favorite National Football League team in Korea?
Denver Broncos.
Oh, typical media guy.
Look at this guy. Well,
All the
yes.
same everywhere.
I'm waiting for I'm waiting for the Cowboys, America's team, Patriots, Steelers. Yeah, man, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Ask me who's the most popular baseball team in Korea.
Who's the most popular baseball team in Korea?
Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
Go Rockies.
We're also full of vulgar.
Hey, how many Korean players are in the major leagues? Let's name them.
There's 5.
Let's name them. Oh,
Liu, LA Dodgers, and then Chu from the Texas.
Sin Chu.
Yeah, Shin-Soo Chu, and then Kang from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ooh, he's had okay. He's had a little rough go.
Yeah, he's nice. He's okay. And
Okay.
then Choi, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tampa. Yeah. So there are 5 major.
Yeah.
Not that many.
Yeah. Chu was in Anaheim with the Angels in 16.
Really? No,
Yeah.
he's from Seattle.
Before
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
he was in Anaheim.
Actually, he came out when he was like 19 years old.
Yeah,
Young
Chu-
age, high school.
Ryu's a good pitcher. Hin-Sun Ryu is good.
I think always better.
Okay, Patrick. That's
Power.
seat of power.
Yeah,
You have something on your
I
mind.
do.
You're writing about
I
something,
am right now. We talked about Toppin a little bit the other day.
right?
Question I'm not sure we asked you. At this point, what role would you envision for him?
Well, we'll see if, we'll see if he makes the 25-man roster. But if he does, obviously an outfielder who's very capable of playing all 3 outfield positions. Probably a guy that would be moved around to pick guys up, come up, be a bat off the bench, pinch runner, pinch hit, start games. I mean, I would think that would be the role.
As a hitter, do you like his bat skills? In other words, do you think he's advanced to the point he can lay down a bunt when he's called upon, advance runners, that sort of skill that you might want?
Well,
from
I think that is, part of his game that, has been talked about as a minor leaguer, right? To be a complete player. What you want is, as many complete players as possible where they're able to win games for you in many different ways. So, his practice time as a minor leaguer with the bunt has been extensive. That does show up at times in games. His ability to handle the bat and move runners in situational hit. I think there's a component to that because he has bat-to-ball skills. So if you're talking about the complete player, it's in there. We just got to sort of finish that off. And if that comes in the big leagues, so be it. So often, when guys do get to the big leagues, they're not finished products, right? I mean, they're, just because, their competition has been against minor league, in a minor league situation. But, he's capable, talent-wise, to be a complete player.
What is his best defensive position?
Center field.
Is it because he saw
I think if you ask any outfielder who plays all 3, they will say center field, Nick. So if you ask me that moving forward, I'm going to say center field for all players.
Buddy, what do you hope that, realizing they're major leaguers, they can still learn from experiences? What do you hope this squad took from a year ago, being in the hunt, every single day down the stretch that they can apply to this season?
Well, first of all, the confidence should be there with the group that we can play with anybody. That's number one. When we take the field, the expectation is to win, every night, play a good solid ball game, carry that through the long season. I think as you get deeper into a season, now we're in February now. I mean, I'll answer this as, it's late in the second half. We've been through a couple pennant races. That's experience. You look at teams or players who've been exposed to that, it becomes more comfortable, more natural when you're in the batter's box, when you're on the mound, when you're on the field, doing anything for the first time or the first couple times. It's a little bit different, when you do it many times. So, just the experience is the main takeaway.
When you first came here, I know a lot of the younger pitchers really looked up to Chad Bettis, kind of helped them learn routines, things
Right.
like that. He struggled a bit last year, but how much did he maintain?
No, he struggled now
With the injury.
with the blister only.
So when
Not from, well, I guess
performance.
the performance, maybe the poor performance was because of a blister
Right.
that he sort of pitched through and he had to go on the DL and some things like that. So
So when
it wasn't like he was totally healthy,
Right.
100% and struggled.
So when he's battling adversity, what did you see out of him as far as the leadership, the care for the teammates?
Same. I mean, that's who he is as a person. I think that's the thing that sticks out about Chad is the person and the character that, not an excuse maker, realist, good self-evaluator, the day-to-day consistency of who he is, on and off the field, enough, baseball aptitude and that he can share that with players. So,
Given the blister situation, when you look back at him, can you focus on those first 2 months and feel like that's something to build off more
Yeah.
than what happened?
yeah, for sure. When you look at April, right? I think we talked about this the other day, Trace. I think he was what 5-1.
His first 2 months, he was
Yeah, it was pretty solid through May.
3-2 ERA.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, really good in April, and then then the blisters started to happen, and that that affects you because you can't get consistent work. I mean, your side sessions, your games, you're on the DL, and you're coming back, and you're just monitoring volume, and that's what happened at the end. I mean, we couldn't. He tried like heck to get to 60, 80, 100 pitches, and it got a little dicey. So, but
Mr. Blake, can I ask a question regarding to Mr. O?
yes.
He came here last year, but practically this is his kind of first year. And I'm sure that he's part of the key members on the bullpen. So what kind of roles do you expect out of him this year?
Well, he proved last year, with us, and I think in previous seasons with the Cardinals and the Blue Jays, that he's a very dependable back end of a bullpen pitcher. For me, he's very trustworthy. He's a strike thrower. He mixes his pitches. He changes speeds. He's got great poise. He's proven here in the United States that he's, a very, very good bullpen pitcher. Great career in Korea, obviously. A ton of saves, a ton of great work. He's carried that over. I think with anything we can put him in a game and feel good about it, whether it's the 6th inning or the 9th inning for a save. So, he helps make a good bullpen.
And another story that came out last year was that he was kind of missing, back in Korea, his friends and families and all those
Right.
things. So on that issue, do you see him like hanging out with other players and
Yeah.
maybe-
I know that last year, our guys really took a liking to Son Juan and his interpreter Eugene. They became very quickly a big part of our team and well liked right away, and obviously pitched very well. So we're excited to have him, and you can ask him, but I think he really likes being a Colorado Rocky. I think that I think he feels very comfortable here. I think he likes it here. I think he's engaged with the guys. We need him, and our expectation is he's going to be a very important part of our bullpen.
How is his physical condition?
He feels good. I mean, just early in camp, he's throwing the ball well. I feel good about his stuff. His velocity, his secondary pitches. He's doing very well.
Buddy, when you have two guys like Kyle and Marquez anchoring a staff at such a tender age and relatively tender experience, it's pretty unusual, first of all, but what do they bring mentally to the game that allows them that?
Well, that's part of their success is their mind, and their mental. For me, it's the mental toughness of any player, and it's for me. I love it when some of our toughest players are pitchers, and those guys bring a mental toughness each and every day. Not even the days that they're pitching, but that's just who they are, which is great. And I think that it's great to see, not only for the big league team, but all the minor league players who are in camp to talk to these two fellows about, what it takes to be a successful major league pitcher. But, besides the talent, their mental toughness is something that I admire and I dig a lot. Man, I love that.
Buddy, what is your pitching plan tomorrow and through the first few games?
Thomas, do you want to know who's pitching tomorrow? Is that your to get it out there to the people?
Get it out to the people, and even beyond that, because the people want more. By the way, I was on yesterday in London on Skype.
In London?
Yeah, there's a Rockies group in London that follows you guys.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And they wanted to know.
I love
who's
that.
pitching tomorrow?
Well, they already want to know.
Well, you can tell the Brits. We got Chad Bettis, Jeff Hoffman, Chichi Gonzalez, also known as Alexander Gonzalez. That's his real name. DJ Johnson, Justin Lawrence, and Yense Almonte, scheduled to pitch tomorrow. Now, those folks at Buckingham Palace
Yes.
that want to know Sunday,
Yes.
John Gray, Peter Lambert, Ryan Castellani, Brian Shaw, Jake McGee, Carlos Estevez. Monday, we'll talk Sunday. You want me to keep going?
I would love you.
I know you would.
Yeah.
He'd like to get you to April 12th.
I think they'd like to get to March 28th, really.
Yes.
By the way, who's your opening day start?
We're gonna hold
Yeah,
off. I'm gonna be the 19th manager to announce that. I don't know. Right? Don't tweet that, right? Come on. Right?
Yeah.
I know it's good copy, but really.
Control yourself. We asked you a couple days ago about what you look for in a catcher, and of course you
Right.
said handling the staff, playing defensive.
Right.
How does that change, or does it change with a second baseman? Is it? What's a
Good question,
premium
yeah.
on defense?
There is, I think each organization, Mark, have, there's of all the tools, right? Right field, center field, catcher, first base, you rank the priorities, right? First base, bat.
Right.
Center field, I'd say defense, then bat, then speed, then arm, down the line of the tools. For me, second base, glove, defense first, then bat, then arm, or then arm probably, then speed, power. So I still think middle of the diamond players got to play defense. Catcher, old school principle, right?
Right.
Strong up the middle.
Right.
For me, that means strong up the middle defensively.
Right.
And if you combine the hit tool in there, then you got, really good player. Right? Trevor Story, all-star, bat and glove. For me, I've defense first.
Okay.
But hey, listen, bat real close though. I like it. I'd like.
And that's why I ask you, is because old school, strong defensively up the middle, but this team might need a little more pop. Could always use a little more pop in the.
Who doesn't
batting.
want more pop?
I do.
Yeah, so do I. I do. But, we'll see. That's why we're going to play. See what we do with our pop, with our power. But, there's a lot of ways to score runs.
Do you ever trade defense?
Is this philosophical?
Philosophically, do you ever trade defense for pop, maybe out?
Yes.
Defense?
Sure.
What about at those positions at the mill?
It depends on who's playing the other positions, right? But you can, you worry about it at premium positions because it gets exposed and it costs you games.
And for me, and lots of other people, no 4 outs and Coors Field either.
No.
That's,
Defense is a premium, and that, I don't know whether, that can really be quantified,
right.
but more than just the runs, it costs, it costs pitches to the pitcher. If you have to throw more pitches, then he's maybe out of the game earlier. Then you bring in another pitcher. There's just a compounding effect of giving up outs, and especially in our park.
The right side of the infield, if you deem some inconsistency in the lineup last year and abide by that, that right side of the infield is going to be pretty telling this year in terms of the type of consistency that you have.
Well, it's a new right side, right? Because the majority of the games last year it was Desi and DJ. This year it's going to be different. But we feel good about our options. Daniel Murphy's a good player, really good player. This guy can hit. This guy can really hit. And we feel as though the young players who are going to be projecting now to man that position are very talented. And we'll see. Again, it's hard to predict or project what they're going to do, but talent-wise, we think that they can do it.
Buddy, I asked you this the other day, and this rain we've been having is pretty unprecedented.
Right.
Has it set you guys back at all? Or everybody, I guess?
Well, yeah, it's everybody, yeah. I don't, the answer is yes, to a certain extent, right? Because you want to get in your fundamentals, you want to get in your practice time, you want to get on the field to get players in baseball shape.
Right.
And the only way you can do that is get on the field and practice. So it has limited our time. As far as our, some of the things that we need to do with our pitchers, we've been able to do that, right? Because their mounds are covered and guys are able to throw, and the pitchers were here 5 days prior, so they were on the field a lot. But, the position players haven't got the reps on the field as far as ground balls, fly balls, just being in their spikes, moving around, hitting on the field, all those things that you like to get done. But everybody's in the same boat. So, starting tomorrow where it looks like we're going to be able to play, right? We're going to play consecutively. The weather looks like it's going to break. You can catch up on all the fundamental stuff. You're basically 4 or 5 days behind on that, and maybe a little bit behind on, just the baseball conditioning. Okay, guys, I got to go. Thanks.